Don't jump." These two words, whispered through the cold night air, saved a life that was just seconds away from ending. And the man who spoke them, he wasn't a hero. He wasn't a policeman. He was just a struggling single dad walking home after another exhausting day. But what happened next, neither of them could have ever imagined. Daniel was a single father raising his 8-year-old son, Ethan, all on his own. Life hadn't been kind to him. His wife had left years ago, bills piled up faster than his paycheck, and he worked long hours at a factory just to put food on the table. That night, after an overtime shift, Daniel walked home across the old bridge in his small town. His legs ached, his mind heavy with worry. Rent was due, Ethan needed new shoes for school, and Daniel wondered how much longer he could keep going. But fate had other plans. As Daniel stepped onto the bridge, he froze. There, at the edge, stood a young woman, barely in her 20s. Her hair blew wildly in the night wind, her arms trembling as she clung to the rail. Daniel's heart pounded. He whispered, "Don't do it." The girl didn't turn around. She only whispered back, "Broken. No one would even care if I disappeared." Daniel didn't think. He ran. He grabbed her arms just as her foot slipped. She screamed, but his grip was strong, forged by years of hard work and the strength of a father who refused to let anyone fall, just as he never let his own son fall. "Please," he said, his voice shaking, "I know what it feels like to want to give up. But you matter. Don't let go." Tears streamed down her face. Her knees buckled, and Daniel carefully pulled her back to safety, both of them collapsing onto the cold concrete of the bridge. Minutes passed in silence. Then she whispered her name, Lena. She had been living alone, abandoned by her parents, and had just lost her only job. Daniel listened, his heart breaking. He told her about Ethan, about the nights he went hungry so his son could eat, about the loneliness, about nearly giving up himself. For the first time, Lena looked at him with eyes wide, as if realizing something. She pulled a necklace from her pocket, an old locket. Inside was a picture of a baby boy, her brother. She whispered, "I had a little brother, but he was taken from me when I was small. I never saw him again. His name was Ethan." Daniel froze. His hands shook. That was his son's name. The truth struck like lightning. This girl was Ethan's long-lost sister. Daniel couldn't hold back his tears. Destiny hadn't just saved a life. It had brought a broken family back together. Weeks later, Lena moved in with Daniel and Ethan. She got a job at a local bookstore, and the three of them slowly built something none of them thought they would ever have again: family. Every time Daniel crossed that bridge, he would stop and whisper to the night sky, "Thank you for leading me there." Sometimes, the universe tests us in the darkest ways. We stumble, we break, and we feel invisible. But often, at the edge of despair, life brings us someone, or something, that reminds us why we're still here. For Daniel, saving a stranger gave his son a sister. For Lena, one man's kindness gave her back the family she thought she'd lost forever. If this story touched your heart, remember, your words, your kindness, your presence could save someone too. Subscribe for more stories that remind us every life matters, every moment counts, and sometimes the people we save end up saving us.